to my channel. This time I thought that I would speak about something which I think is a little bit more relevant. Being February and the month of love, I thought I would talk to you about my approach to Valentine's Day. I know that I personally feel that at times it's very much commercialized, but I also think that it's important for reminders. Some of us get so busy from our day-to-day routine that we forget to express love to the people in our lives, or the special people in our lives. So my approach is not exactly about celebrating Valentine's Day. I think of it as celebrating your love on Valentine's Day, Valentine's month. So yes, Valentine's Day should just be something to remind us about how to celebrate the special people in our lives. I want to talk a little bit about a book that I love, and if you've been following my blog on peanutgallery247.com, you'll know that I'm a fan of The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. So if you haven't already read that book, I suggest that you do. I think it's beautiful for marriages, people in relationships, and also your other relationships, like with your children and other people that are close to you. So I'm not going to go very much into the detail about the book itself, but I do want to touch on the 5 different love languages, just so that you understand where I'm going with my reasons and ideas on how to celebrate this special day. So the first behavior that we look at, or rather the first love language, and in no particular order, is words of affirmation. So what this actually means is that somebody who's predominantly having the love language of words of affirmation wants to hear how much you love them. They want to hear things like, wow, you look stunning today. I'm really grateful for all your support. Thank you for everything that you've done. So when you are using words of affirmation, be specific. Don't just say, I see that you've made some changes, you look great. Rather say, I see that you have a new hairstyle and that suits you very well. Thank you for your efforts. Something more specific. The second love language that we speak about and that I will be referring to is acts of service. So this is basically, let's just say, a mother who loves her child and wants to be helpful. So maybe you're her daughter and you've got lots of work to do. When you come home and you find that your mom did your laundry for you, that's an act of service. So in a relationship or in a marriage, do things to help your partner to take the load off his or her shoulders. Another love language is receiving gifts. So this is probably one of the more popular ones. If you give somebody a gift for Valentine's Day, they're going to be very happy if this is their love language, because they love the idea of being spoiled and being showered with gifts. And it's not really about how expensive the gift is. It's more about the effort that was put in to getting them the right gift and something that they need or will appreciate, or that is special to them in some way. The other love language is quality time. So it's not about how much of gifts you buy. It's not about how much you say you love a person or that you care. It's about actually making time to spend with them. Sitting and watching TV together, taking a walk on the beach, just doing things that they would think is quality time. And last but not least, the love language, physical touch. So yes, that's kissing and hugging and intimacy. And some people have a stronger love language of physical touch than others. And if you're not being physical by hugging them and by kissing and showing affection in a physical way, these type of people will feel very unloved. So when you celebrate your special love this year and you celebrate Valentine's Day, it's very important to understand the love language so that you can get them the right gift or do the right. Let's get back to basics. I know that this may sound like common sense to some of you, but you know that saying, common sense is not so common after all. Now imagine going on this extravagant date where dinner is perfect and you enjoyed the conversation and you've been surprised to go on this weekend away with somebody, and you get there and, okay, fast forward, and you find that this person has poor hygiene, hasn't clipped the toenails or hasn't shaved their legs. That's just not going to end well. So when I'm speaking about physical touch and personal hygiene, I'm referring, oh, scratch that. Alright, so let's get back to basics. Personal hygiene. I know that to many of you this may seem like common sense, but you know they're saying common sense is not so common after all. So that's why I find that it's necessary for me to talk about this, because you really don't want to go out on a romantic date and when you get to that moment you find that the person has poor hygiene habits. So what am I actually referring to? Hair removal. No, not the hair on your head. I mean, of course, if you're a guy and you have very long hair and your partner does not like that, then go and have a haircut. But I'm speaking about your legs, your thighs, the places that we can't see, under your arms. If your partner doesn't enjoy hairy legs or hairy thighs or hair in those places that we can't see, have them removed. Whether you choose to wax or to use hair removal cream or to shave them, that's up to you. Whatever tickles your fancy. Just don't have hair there if they don't like hair. And if they do like hair, well then that's your or his or her preference, and I'm not judging anyone here, okay? So it's not just the hair on the legs, it's also eyebrows. I know that some people are very affected by the way their eyebrows look, and if their eyebrows are not done, they have lower confidence levels. I know that it sounds a bit crazy, but that's the reality. Just like some people want to make sure that they have those few hairs removed off their toes, they go and have their toes waxed because they just don't feel comfortable. Some people have their butts waxed and their backs waxed, and like I said, I'm not judging you. Go and sort yourself out in the places that need sorting, and don't take my advice. Ask your partner whether they want hair in those places or not. Okay, so the other thing that I want to talk about is perfume or fragrances or colognes or whatever you want to call it. That's one of my weaknesses. I love perfume, not just for myself but also for my husband. I love for him to smell nice. I love getting lost and drowned in that cologne smell. It's a turn on for me. And maybe that doesn't appeal to you. Maybe you like somebody that's all natural. That's fine as well. Make sure that you do have a bath. I know I should not be saying these things and they should be common sense, but people do have poor hygiene habits, and I just feel that I have to put it out there. So please don't get mad at me. I think this may help somebody who doesn't like to bath very often and that happens to be watching this video. Have a bath, okay? Okay, so getting back to perfumes. I have certain perfumes that I wear to bed, and many people have told me before or looked at me in shock in discussions and said, you wear perfume to bed? Yes, I do wear perfume to bed. It makes me feel sensual. One of my favorites is Chanel Allure, and I also like Christian Dior Addict. There are a few others. You've got to find out what suits your skin type and what you feel comfortable with. It also mustn't be overbearing, because the last thing that you want to do is have a cologne or fragrance that is so distracting. Maybe your partner has allergies, and because you're wearing this strong perfume, he or she is going to be sneezing, and no, you don't want that to happen. That's just going to be that's just going to spoil the mood. Okay, so find out what works for you, and you may wear a different perfume during the day and something else to bed. Soft, sensual, light, something, you know, that's going to be subtly attractive and not overbearing. Okay, so enough about perfume. Okay, so some of the other things that you can do is plan a romantic date. And a romantic date could mean anything. You know, to some people, a romantic date could mean a romantic dinner date. To other people, it could mean skydiving. To someone else, it could mean having a picnic at a place. So you've got to communicate with each other to find out what it is that your other half likes. And also remember that people change over time. Maybe when you met each other, you had picnics in the park and you went to the movies and it was romantic. And of course you enjoyed all of that at the time because you were young and you were in love and the relationship was fresh and it was what people did at the time. But as people get older, trust me, their priorities change, their hobbies change, and it's important to find out what the other person likes, because you don't want to go and plan this extravagant dinner at a highly expensive restaurant that both of you go to and you don't even love because it was too busy or because you didn't like whatever about that and you just don't want to do the dinner date thing. So find out what a romantic date means to your other half and do that. But let's just say you do have a romantic dinner date or a romantic lunch date. Very important is that when you do get there, if you are going to be using the cell phone to take pictures for Instagram, take your photos and put your phone down. Don't post them during the date. You want to have a romantic date with just your partner and yourself. You don't want all your Instagram followers to be on there or your Facebook or Twitter followers. It's going to be a distraction, because if you post a picture whilst you're having your dinner date, you're going to keep on looking at your phone to see who liked it and who commented, and you're going to lose the wonderful experience of enjoying each other, and it's not going to be a romantic date after all. So it's very important that you do this and you be present. And this is not just for Valentine's Day. Plan date nights or dates during the day wherever you want to do this. I know some of you may not want to go out on Valentine's Day because some of the places may be busy. And then you can also plan a dinner at home. Imagine setting up a table with a lovely tablecloth right beside your pool, underneath the stars with candlelight. You can even light some lanterns that lead your partner to the table. You know, for somebody that prefers quality time and whose love language is quality time, they're going to love this idea for the effort that you put in. They will probably appreciate this even more than you making reservations to go to some hotel, and if they like quiet time and they don't like noise. Okay, so find out what it is that your partner loves. One of the popular things that I see a lot of people doing, and it's not for everybody because not everybody will feel comfortable with this, is book a couple's massage. You don't have to do it on Valentine's Day. You can do it throughout the month of February, and you can do it through any other month. So go and find a place that suits your personalities. There's lots of places that offer massages. Find out what type of a massage it is that you want to have. If your partner doesn't feel comfortable with somebody touching their toes, don't go and book a foot massage. You know, rather do a head, neck and shoulders massage or a back massage. I experienced a flotation pool for the first time a few months ago. You can read my review on the blog. It was at the Revive Wellness Spa, and it was amazing. I wish my husband was there with me. He wasn't. It is extremely therapeutic, and I will suggest that you go there with your partner. A flotation therapy. So find out which spa has that facility, because not all of them offer that. Lighting was perfect, candlelit, very, very nice if your partner enjoys massages and spas. The next thing that I want to talk about is gifts. It's the most popular thing for Valentine's Day. You'll find that there's lots of shopping being done because lots of people buy gifts for each other. And if your love language is gift, you will enjoy the gift, you will appreciate it. But if it's not, then you're going to want something more. So find out what your partner likes before you buy them a gift. And the gift also has to be meaningful. It's no use buying somebody jewelry if they don't like jewelry. It's no use buying somebody a perfume if they're allergic to perfume or they just don't like perfumes. Find out what appeals to the person. Maybe some person would prefer an experience like a hot air balloon ride. I know a few years ago my husband and I celebrated his birthday. We did a hot air balloon ride and it was one of the most romantic things to do together, sipping on some champagne, watching the sunrise. I will recommend that on for any occasion. Like I said, we did it for his birthday. You don't have to do it for Valentine's Day. You can do it for any other occasion as well. You could book a weekend away. You could go get them tickets for a comedy show or an experience at the theater. And I'm often posting about things that are happening on my blog, so go and have a look at the events page to see what you can find on there. Sometimes I post it on Facebook as well, so look at my Facebook page, Peanut Gallery 24/7. And if you want something a little bit different, you know, you could also do a sunset cruise if you're living along the coast. Book a boat ride. You could also take a hike up Table Mountain if that suits your personalities. You know, if you're not fit, then don't do something like that. And if your partner's not fit, don't book that, because that's just going to be more embarrassing than anything else. If the two of you like cooking and maybe she likes cooking more than you do, but you want to spend quality time together, then go and book a cooking class so that you can cook together. Cooking can be such a romantic thing if that's what you both enjoy doing. You could go for wine tasting, beer tasting, whiskey tasting. So if you have a partner that appreciates and enjoys alcohol, you know, instead of buying them a CD that they're not going to listen to, or jewelry that they will just store somewhere in their jewelry case, buy them a bottle of their favorite drink and maybe a collector's item version, something that they will like. And you know, most of all, whatever you do, remember it's about the effort. It's about the time that you took to think about, what does my partner really like? What do we need to do to spend quality time together? What do I need to say to my partner? And you know, the gifts of trust and loyalty and commitment and compassionate, those are gifts that can't compare to any material thing. So most importantly, you know, look at your behavior, look at your commitment to the relationship, look at your commitment to the marriage. Have you been using words of affirmation? Have you been thanking your partner? He or she cooks your meal every day for the last few months. Have you said thank you for this delicious meal that you've prepared? Just ways to make them feel appreciated. Ways to make them know that you have observed the changes that they've made and the effort that they've put into showing you how special you are to them. But I just think it's very important, if you haven't read the 5 Love Languages, I think if you want to buy somebody a gift, you know, whether they want to listen to an Audible or read an ebook or somebody who prefers the physical book, go and find this book and get it for them, because trust me, it's going to do wonders in your marriage and in your relationship. And it's important that both of you read it, because it doesn't help if just the one person understands the love language. Like I said, I'm always speaking about this on my blog. I'm really crazy about it because I really believe in it. And it's not just for marriages and partners, you know, it's also made me understand the love language of my child. And his love language at the moment is predominantly quality time. The person who spends the most time with him over that period of time is that's dad. Sometimes that's myself. And I've observed that it's quality time. So the one thing that I do want to add is that Valentine's Day is not just for romantic interest. And we have to think about the people that do not have partners, that are not married. I personally used to celebrate Valentine's Day with the people that I loved before I was married. And I will still do that to express my love to the people that I care about and to the people that care for me. So if this video has encouraged you, I do hope that you will do something special for that person in your life to make them feel appreciated and loved and respected, whether it is through buying them a gift or whichever love language is theirs. I haven't listed all my ideas because people are different and you've got your own ideas. The reason that I thought about doing this video is because I just feel that there's not enough intimacy, there's not enough romance, and there's just not enough love being expressed. People are so busy sharing negative things, you know, on social media. People are sharing negative posts, and I believe that we should share the love responsibly, of course. And you know, don't use being a parent as an excuse. Don't use having children as an excuse. If for some reason the marriage or the relationship isn't like the way that it used to be when you first met, be realistic about it. It may not even ever be like the way that it was when you first met, but you can at least make some effort to make changes, to be more present, in being more romantic, in showing somebody that you love them and that you care for them, and go out of your way to plan something that is going to mean the world to them. You know, very often when somebody leaves us through a divorce, through a breakup, through death, through being transferred to another country because of job reasons, for whatever the reason, we often miss something when it's too late and when somebody is gone. Because when they were there and we had the opportunity to express our loves, we didn't. We took them for granted. And I really hope that whoever is watching this video does not take anyone in your life for granted, because our lives are so short. We don't know if we will see the next Valentine's Day. We don't know if we'll even see tomorrow. Forget about Valentine's Day. Take the time to understand the love language of your partner and the special people around you, and do what you have to do to make them feel special. You don't want to be one of the many people that wake up one day feeling regretful because you didn't do things that you could have done when you did have the chance to do that. So yes, Valentine's Day is commercialized, and I think it's always going to be that way, but let's look at it in a positive way. Let's look at it as a reminder to celebrate love. No matter what we are going through, no matter how hard and challenging things may be in your life, there's some people in your life that love you, that appreciate you, and it's important that you take the time to know that you care for them and that you are grateful to have them in your life. Okay, so if that's the one message that I got you to get from this video, I'm happy. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and for whatever the reason, let me know why you liked this video or why you didn't. And I've been finding it difficult to find a topic to post on here, so if you have any suggestions, please do let me know. Thank you, and see you again soon. Bye.